What's up, everybody? Cause I'm a Fury here, taking a little break from doing my house chores. I gotta take care of my place while I got the time. But anyway, I keep getting these timeline updates on social media about what Future and his outlook on the whole Russell Wilson, Ciara thing, and I'm like, you know what? Just miss me with this shit. People like Future like to be a Rolling Stone. So why do we even care? But on top of that, what's even more alarming is the level of black women who are like, you know what? Yeah, he's salty. He's salty about that. I was like, yeah, he was really salty when he was fucking Scottie Pippen's wife. You know, he was really salty about that. About some Ciara. No. Y'all should be paying attention to Ciara. And like my friend brings up, a good friend of mine, we talk every day. What my friend brings up is a valid point. Ciara was already well-to-do. A lot of you sisters trying to use her as a fucking example, y'all need to sit the fuck down. Because y'all don't even have a financial leg to stand on in comparison to Ciara. Ciara might not have had a poppin' music career because, I mean, she's only talented at dancing at best. And that's not me being cruel. That's speaking the truth. She's not a great singer. She's a trained dancer. You know? She's not like Maya, where Maya can actually sing and dance. And Maya's another one who didn't have a super illustrious career. So go figure. Sometimes it's all about who you sign to. But anyway, Ciara was already financially well-to-do. And my friend mentioned something that makes perfect sense. She was able to put herself around a higher class of black men. Something that a lot of these groupies on social media can't fathom or do because they're not in the same tax bracket. Okay? So they can't do that. But yet they want to use her as the talking point all the time. And I'm like, sit the fuck down. You will not catch me trying to be in the fucking same bracket and conversation as somebody like a NFL player, like a Kenny Britt or a Beckham or anybody else in that ilk or any of that. Why? Because money brings you opportunities when it comes to women. Right? I mean, look at Future. Future was like, he started popping off, and that's when Ciara would fuck with him. Okay? Because any normal day, she wouldn't have. Or would she? Because we all know a lot of these sisters out here like to make bad decisions. They like broken toys. They like to see a man that got a reputation for being a dog motherfucker. They like to fix him up. Or at least attempt to. And in the end of the whole debacle, she ends up with a child. She ends up bitter. She ends up taking him to court. Or she just ends up not being the same. And then, of course, they're going to collectively throw every black man under the bus because of their own fuck-ups. That's just what it's been going on now. And I, for one, am sick and tired of being thrown under that bus. Because I'm not even in the same category range financially or mentally as a lot of these guys. And when I say mentally, that's not me downgrading myself. It's just that a lot of these guys have a talent and they were able to put themselves in the forefront using that talent. But when it comes to common sense, I'm more superior than a lot of motherfuckers out here. And that's the mentality a lot of you brothers should have. You should feel blessed that you have a lot of common sense that dudes with money out here, all this disposable income, all these famous guys don't have. You know why? It takes you having a lot to lose or it takes you having more to lose than them to realize that. And you got that mindset. These guys just think, oh, because I can do this, I can do that, I got this is going to be nothing. When you got to realize an active NFL career, for the most part, doesn't last decades. One at best, okay? Basketball, this day and age, Same thing too, unless you're LeBron James or you're Kobe Bryant. So depends on the age you get into, the how you keep your body in condition and everything. But it's not guaranteed. And if you're not a star player commanding what Kobe, LeBron, fucking Kevin Durant, none of them, you're not gonna last long. So me, everyday worker, blue collar, see that I know I can lose a lot in the same situation. If this billionaire or this millionaire was in this same situation, he ain't really beat for nothing. He got endorsements. He'll live. If I'm in that same situation, it's going to be really hard for me. Very hard for me. And this is why athletes, black athletes, should be a walk-in teachable lesson for all of us out here who's the everyday working brother. Even if you making six figures yearly, down to making the average, all right? You should be able to look at these guys as a teachable lesson, each one of them, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So on this whole situation with Ciara, look, stop. I personally see it like this. She ain't no saint. She is not a saint. And these women always want to live vicariously through these famous black women. And this is why a lot of women don't check other women in our community. They don't. You could be the woman who claims not to be that hood rat. I'm not that hood rat. But you let that hood rat function because she's a woman. You aren't fair, you aren't balanced. But for a lot of the everyday men who see Pookie and Ray Ray, they gotta tell themselves apart. They gotta try to stand out. They gotta try to do something for themselves. And at the end of the day, you still collectively throw black men under the bus. And there's a breaking point to that, and that breaking point is here. You can't just keep doing that, because this is why a lot of these women end up the most unmarried, the most undesired. And that's already a given when it comes to races of non-black men. But when you start fucking up with black men, you know it's a problem. And of course, we already know there's dudes out there that would nail anything with a pulse, because most Negroes don't got standards. But you are dipping in, when those type of guys, you are dipping into a pool that you shouldn't be dipping into, because that's not long term. But yeah, we realize a lot of women do a lot of shit for the dick. And they talk about men who don't got standards. Please. Once a woman reaches a certain point in her life, she's in that fuck it phase. And a lot of them like to call it settling. I'm like, okay, all right. You can call it what you want, all right? Maybe you are settling. But nobody told you to fuck up when you were at a physical and age. You was at a physical point and you was at an age where you probably did have a better pick of the litter, because you had fucking aged wine taste on a Boone's Farm budget. And this is why you never found somebody to grow with, because you want somebody already grown and you want to leech off of them. Now, and I'm not saying all women do this. There are women out there who, like, you know what, they work for themselves. They make their own. And even that could be to a detriment. And this is not me saying, hey, just don't do nothing and some guy just come along and sweep you off your feet and take care of you. No, fuck that. This is 2019. You know, we in the midst of a government shutdown. We in the midst of people not getting paid. We in the midst of Section 8 about to go bye-bye. Okay? No, you better get out there and fucking work. Because it's just the way it is. But anyway, where was I? God, I hate when I do that. No guy's gonna come and sweep your feet. You shouldn't be in that mentality, but that's not the way you want to go about it. You want to at least know that since you are working and you building on that, building yourself up as a woman, as a black woman, you should want a guy doing the same. You should accept no less. But what's the expression we hear all the time? Oh, he's a corny nigga. He's this, that, and the other. Y'all all caping for Ciara being with Russell Wilson, but then y'all turn around and still make fun of the fact that Russell Williams is quote unquote corny. I'm sorry, why? Because he ain't hood? Well, like, come on now. Come on. There's rules to this shit. And there's etiquette. And there's maturity that should be achieved by the time you reach your damn 30s. Some shit, your late 20s. All that hood, nigga, hey, yo, baby, yo shit you want to talk about, you still can't be physically attracted to men who have that mental mind, that have that mindset. You can't. And I don't want to hear shit. I'm already appalled at the fucking Gillette commercial talking about men need to hold men accountable and toxic masculinity and shit, as if toxic femininity don't exist when it does. And it's a lot more integrated into our society. You know, fucking taking men to court and taking everything from them. Beating on men and saying, what you gonna do? I'm a female. What, you gonna hit me because I'm a female? That's not toxic femininity. Okay? Coming on to a man and the man tells you, no thank you, get away from me. Oh, he raped me. That's not toxic femininity. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That is the most fuck shit I've ever heard. This is hypocrisy. This is fucking hypocrisy at its finest. And then everybody's like, oh, well, the birth rates are dropping. You think? Women out here having babies by the same Negroes in my neighborhood. They're like, oh, this is my friend and he got a baby by this girl. This is my friend and he got a baby by his wife or nothing like that. Yeah, my friends are married, okay? They're married and they have families. Because that's who I fuck with in my circle. But there's dudes out there who like, well, he got Shanifa pregnant and he got Kiki pregnant, and I'm just making up names, you know, typical names that I hear and stuff. And he got this one pregnant and he got a baby by that one. Yeah, this dudes like that exist in every black urban neighborhood. And these are the ones women like to jump on social media and complain about, yet they can't stop fucking. Okay? And you can't just think that your pussy has value that it doesn't have. When it comes to basic relationships on pussy alone, you are very expendable. Okay? And guys too. When it comes to relationships based on pipe game, you are expendable, especially in the face of somebody else she might find somebody else who actually can pipe her better and is doing something with their life. So that shit is expendable. So what I'm saying in general is that you need to learn how to vet better, especially black women, okay? Because you be knowing brothers ain't shit. You be knowing niggas ain't shit. And you still will give him the drawers. And then regret it when you end up pregnant. When in fact you could have stopped all of that. And it ain't about, oh, you could have stopped all that if you didn't have sex with him. No. You could have stopped all that if you demanded responsible, safe sex. But no. You let the nigga talk his yo baby, let me just put the tip in shit, and this is what you get. Shit, I know somebody I went to school with. She was the prettiest, finest thing, and now she looks like she can be my aunt. And we are the same fucking age. She done had kids, like she's the old earth. And it seems to me like she got this mentality that either You're reckless with your vagina, or you think you was gonna hold each man by having a child with him. That makes no sense to me. You more focused on your sexual prowess rather than what it takes to keep a man. If you knew that it was more than just sexual prowess, maybe those children would have been less that you had. Maybe they would have all been by one person and you would still be with that person to this day. Maybe. But don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. But that's what accountability looks like, okay? There's people out here who have been in unfortunate situations. They had a bad relationship, bounced back from it, lost the love of their life tragically, and then bounced back from it. But when you just spitting out babies repeatedly left to right, and all of them are from different men, you're not in that category, okay? You're not. It's a difference to this shit. There's a difference to it. It's not like the 50s. It's not like the 40s and 50s anymore. You really are left to hold your own nuts. For the most part. Because imagine having a child by somebody who ain't got nothing to offer. You can't use that in the system on. And if he about that life, which more than likely he is about that life, being in jail ain't shit to him. You know why? Because he was a lot. I know people like this that have come before me. People that I've grew up watching. They're like, shit, I sit in jail. That means I don't have to pay shit out my pocket. I ain't got money to pay out my pocket in the first place. Oh, I do the time. I've been in jail in and out. Like, those the type of men that a lot of these women are attracted to. And they like to throw all of us brothers in that same category. Because we, as black men, are very misunderstood. And you know why we misunderstood? Because for the longest time, we have been the product in the black community of our mother's upbringing. But there has been dissension in the ranks. There has been an awakening. Have you felt it? Have you felt the awakening of the force? Yes, there has been. And now those are the guys who are being called black women bashers. They hate their mother because they black. This, that, and the fourth. Those men, most of those men, if you listen to a lot of what they're saying, you realize that they woke up and were like, hey, wait a minute. Hey, no. Not too long. You telling me I didn't watch my dad go through this trials and tribulations with my mother. Not speaking about me personally, I'm just saying theoretically. So hold on, I don't watch my dad go through all of this with my mother, and she kept him away from me. Which wasn't the case with me. I gotta keep reiterating that, okay? But I'm speaking, like, a lot of guys watch that and they realize, you know what? But my mother, they can't fault their mom. They not mad at their mom. They know that they were still raised good, but they realized there was an internal struggle between both of their parents, and their parents were at odds. And I had to bring that back because people start thinking, oh, this is what you've been through and blah, 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 this, all that, and the fourth. So a lot of these guys still have a good upbringing. They still got both their parents in their life, but they see their father and their mother at odds. And that shapes their life. That shapes their future. And they realize, like, maybe I shouldn't get married. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should be careful about this. Hell, some of them just like, maybe I should just be a fucking dog. And that's how a guy who has both his parents in his life, but always watched his parents at odds, that's how those type of men end up doing what they do to women. Am I making an excuse for it? No. Am I justifying it? No. I'm just saying it's an underlying factor. You know? Like, what makes a young woman value her vagina, think her vagina can get her what she wants? I don't think any father, black, white, whatever, teaches their daughter that. That's just something. They either learned it from their peers or they learned it from their mother. Okay? And I'm honestly giving the benefit of the doubt with the peers thing. Because if you don't have a parent, man, you don't have a mother or father keeping you in check about who you hang with and the influences on them, your parent is pretty much responsible for you becoming who you are until you become an adult. Okay? Once you 18 years old and you decide you want to be a thought, you want to suck dick for a living, or you want to be a porn star, you want to be a dancer, of course your parents going to be devastated. They was like, they raised you for 18 years and try to teach you good things about yourself and to value yourself and respect yourself. And what do you end up doing? That. And you might enjoy doing it, okay? But no parent should be happy about that. You know? And what you're going to say, well, you never did nothing for me in my life, so I had to turn to this instead. That might be the case. But now that you're an adult and you can do adult things, you should be out there being more responsible and trying to be the person that your parents never showed you. Okay? Like, they never showed you that you can be good. You could do this. Now you just using what you got to get what you want. But when that well runs dry, what are you going to do? Okay? You're going to be with some guy that you're not attracted to just because he's able to put up with your army of children. He can put up with your breasts hanging down towards your waist because he's probably desperate his damn self. Maybe. But I ain't that motherfucker. And brothers, don't be that motherfucker either. So as usual, because I'm a fury, I'm here and now I'm out. Peace.